If you are a business owner, an entrepreneur, um, this video is your survival kit. Here is why I'm saying that there has been a change in our world lately. A lot of changes. But the recent one, excuse me, that I love for us to talk about is the new tariff as introduced by President Donald Trump. I know you want to say, what's my business with that? I don't live in the United States. I don't live in China. Yes. Let me ask you this question. I want you to check your house. How many made in America products do you have in your house? That's one. Here's another question. How many made in China? How many Chinese products? How many made in China product do you currently have in your house? I need you to go check your Louboutin shoes. I need you to go get your Gucci bag. I need you to go check that Burberry. Guess what? They are made in China. Production base is in China. Everything is in China. But that's not why we are here. I want us to look at this tariff increase on some Chinese good that went as high as even 100%. How does it affect you? And in this video, what are you going to be learning? You will be learning what this tariff is all about and how it affects you, what you can do as a business owner, how to cut costs, the strategy to adopt. Let's go right into it. The other day, the entire world went agog when President Donald Trump announces the increase in tariff on goods being imported from China. And guess what? We are all in this together. You might think, okay, I don't have any goods I'm selling. Okay, but you are going to be buying. So which means the cost of everything is going to be skyrocketing. And there's nothing any one of us can do about that. But with the right strategy, which I will share few of it with us in this video, we can still thrive, we can still make gain, we can still keep our brand, we can still keep that customers, because it is very, very important. Okay, in the light of the recent global cost hike, what can we do as an entrepreneur? One of the smartest way to thrive in this period is to understand the system. You have to understand that this change is not about you, it's for every one of us. And what can you do as a business owner without killing your brand? Because it is very, very critical. Let me cite an example. A customer called me the other day. I had submitted a quote for something about 2 months ago, but they were dragging. And I got a call last week. I got a call last week to review the items. They, took some out, they added some, so I needed to send new quotes. Then I spooled up the old quote that I sent and the new ones that I have. Then the reality hit me that this tariff affects everything. And I wasn't just going to go ahead and send the new quote to the customer. So I put a call through and said, can you give me time to work on this? I'm not going to be able to get back to you immediately, but just give me till the end of the week, which allows me like 4 or 5 days. I didn't say that because I needed to check with my suppliers in China, and I also need to see if I can get other sources. So one of the things you can do in this period is to change strategy. When I talk about strategy, I'm talking about how you source your materials, how you source your product. It is very important for your strategy to change, because you and I have to take charge of the situation without losing our customers. And one of the strategies I want us to look at is to learn to communicate with your customers. Okay, price increase affects everyone and everything. You know why it is key you communicate to them? Communication keeps them abreast of every changes. They are all, everyone is in the news. Everyone knows what is happening. Everyone can see, oh yeah, this changes. But don't just imagine if I just pick up the email from where we stop and send the new prices. No, I still pick up my phone and call and said, okay, this is what I'm going to do. And before sending the new quote also, I had asked for a meeting ahead to brief them of the adjustment that I needed to do. Then it is after that briefing that I'm just going to go ahead and send them the new quote. So keep your customer involved. You have to understand how to handle this pricing shift. Okay, that is one of the things business owner can do. All right, you need to have the knowledge of what is happening, because the knowledge you don't have, how do you handle such situation? You cannot lead what you do not know nothing about. So please go around and find information that has to do with your field. And here is another thing you can do in handle. Another strategy you need this period is source locally. What did I say? Look for, okay, I have this item here. Back then we buy, this is a folder, right? It's a notepad, okay? So back then we source from China. We still source from China. We brand it. It comes branded from China. We do it in the brand color. But right now, I can sell this. If my customer's brand color is red, I can sell to them without having to import from China. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to look out for local suppliers. There are vendors near me, there are suppliers near me that literally have bulk stock of these things, or probably they have some kind of affiliations with manufacturers in China. Other than me taking the pains of going to China or mailing China to send this, because one of the effects of this tariff is that prices is going up, products is going to be a little bit scarce, and the arrival time, the shipping time is also going to be crazy because of the increase. So I can look around me and source locally. And aside then sourcing locally, depending on what you do, I just use this as a case study. I can also give my customers an alternative option, something to choose from. Yet I'm still adding value without taking away from their brand. This is very, very important. This is not the time to cut corner. This is the time to be flexible. And another thing I want to share with us is that this period, I need you to be in control. Take advantage of the information that is available to you. Like I said, work with local suppliers. It will save you money. But another thing I also want you to do is that I want you to streamline your activities. I want you to streamline how you go about your business. I want you to, when I say streamline, what I mean you should do is that, is it possible you look at what you sell easily with less amount of stress? Okay? I do bring in pen from China, but there are also local suppliers. You see my emphasis on local supply. It will save you a whole lot. It will save you a whole lot, because by the time, I don't know the country you are listening to this from, by the time you are changing your currency to naira, to dollar, to pay China, you are going to be spending a lot. But somebody next door can have the same item, and voila, you are out of any kind of stress. Which is why I brought this out to say, okay, instead of having to go through all of this, that is why they need to communicate with your customer. That is why it is very, very, very important. I think that will be all on this series. I'll be back with more detail, but the truth is that the change has come to stay. New tariff has come to stay. It's an increase, it has come to stay, but it is not meant to throw you out of business. If we learn to re-strategize, if we learn to communicate with our customers, if we also learn, yes, lastly, before I forget, we can say to our customers, we can, like I said, learn to communicate to your customer, inform them of the changes ahead. It is very, very important. There's an email that I want to share the template with us. I think I'm trying to find it on my notes here. I can't see place it, but let me just read what I can remember. I said, "Oh, good evening. Hi, dear Maureen." Okay, that's my contact person in that organization. I said, in the light of the global cost, we are adjusting our pricing slightly to maintain the level of care, quality, and excellence in our services. Thank you for valuing what we do with love and excellence. I will be in touch with you. The next email you will get would be the quote for these so items. Learn to compose emails. If we show respect to people, we get a lot back. in return. Okay, and that will be all on this particular episode. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to follow, don't forget to subscribe, and don't